Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys my honest opinion on the brand new Mercedes S-Class. Now, as you guys may or may not know, the S-Class has earned the reputation of the best car in the world, the best engineered car in the entire world. So a new facelift is no light task, guys. This is a big deal for Mercedes, and I think this facelift has gotten the most attention ever since the launch of the very first S-Class. One of the reasons being that Mercedes has actually only retained 50% of the parts and components of the previous generation, and they have actually gone ahead and invested in engineering new parts, new components. Over 50% of the components of the facelift version are brand new. Now, the S-Class design, the exterior design, I've always been a big fan of the previous generation's design, and this facelift version is conservative. They wanted to play it conservative. Obviously, that's understandable because the previous one is already a very, very beautiful design. So there is no point in fixing something that is not broken, right? Now, one thing that I love about the S-Class, especially this facelift version, is the interior. I mean, the exterior, there's not that much difference with the previous generation, but the interior of this new generation, the build quality, the finish, the materials, what sets this car apart is the fact that Mercedes have actually listened to their customers and applied much of what the customers had requested to have in their S-classes. And this is exactly what a car manufacturer should do. A car manufacturer should listen to its customers. It should not listen to government bodies. It should not listen to its investor or shareholders, because at the end of the day, it is the customer that keeps the company alive. It is not the shareholders or the investors, right? So as you guys can see, the interior is an absolute 10 out of 10. This is exactly what makes the S-Class the S-Class. You can see the detail of the stitching, the Burmester aluminum speaker grills, the wood finish that goes all across the center console, which I applaud Mercedes for using for this facelift version, because I've never been a big fan of piano black, and using piano black in an S-Class, I think that's almost like a blasphemy, right? So big fan of the wood across the center console. You can see the shape of the seats. I think these are some of the most ergonomic seats in the entire automotive industry because of the shape. They are designed to give as much leg room to the rear passengers as possible without compromising on the comfort. Obviously, you can see how spacious and how bright the interior cabin is. Thanks to two sunroofs, you have one at the front and one at the back. And what makes this car very special is you get a Burmester speaker grill right between the front sunroof and the rear sunroof. And this is a feature which I have not seen in any other car, and truly sets this car apart. So if you're someone that enjoys listening to music, this is probably one of the best sound systems you can listen to music to in a car. One thing that Mercedes really excel in is the ambient lighting. I think no other manufacturer does ambient lighting quite the same as Mercedes. During nighttime, you can see how the interior just comes to life with this beautiful ambient lighting. You can see the controls at the back of the car with the center armrest. I think you get these two control screens for either passenger. Here we get a look at the design of the car. One very special feature that the facelift version comes with is the lit up hood badge, which is something that we witnessed for the very first time in an S-Class, although it will not be available in the EU for some particular regulations which I am not quite aware of, but it will definitely be available in the US market and other major markets except the EU. The car also gets an LED front grille, as you guys can see, quite similar to the approach of a BMW, except that this time it wraps around the specific Mercedes front grille shape. You can see how the front headlights emerge into the front grille nicely with the piano black trim that connects the front headlights with the front grille, and the signature star LED daytime running lights, which truly set this car apart and make it instantly recognizable as a Mercedes. Now, although I do like them on the front headlights, I do not quite like them on the rear taillights, which in my honest opinion look a little bit tacky. I wish that Mercedes retained or just slightly optimized the previous LED taillights, which had those multiple dots, which gave them that very beautiful S-Class signature, which is now missing, unfortunately. Now, as you guys can see, this is an absolute masterpiece of a car, both on the exterior design, interior design, and not to mention the ICE engines, which Mercedes has renewed for this particular facelift. Now with the S580, we get a 4-liter twin-turbo flat-plane crankshaft, which puts out 530 horsepower. And this new V8 just goes to show that Mercedes is actually investing back again into its ICE platforms, and I couldn't be happier about this.